Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for the one and only World Improv Network comedy show on Mile High Sports Radio. Take part in the show by giving your suggestions or questions to the cast for each show segment throughout the week, or live during the show by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling in to Mile High Sports Radio studio line. Now, enjoy the show. It's local. It's global. You're listening to WIN World Local News.
WIN World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smittss. Breaking news into the WIN World Local News sports desk from WIN Sports reporter Happy Hank, who's live inside MetLife Stadium at the NFL Heads or Tails Overtime Coin Flipping Championships. How's the scene out there, Happy?
Hey, it's great. It's hilarious. I got Will Smith here with me, and he's talking about the concussions you can get from a coin flipping the wrong direction. It can hurt really bad. Will, what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think as long as everybody plays by the rules, we shouldn't be getting any concussions. They are a serious thing, and I'm actually in a movie coming out pretty soon here. It's about concussions in the NFL, and I play a doctor who does some pretty incredible research.
Well, I hope you got that scene where you drop a quarter from the top of a skyscraper and it hits somebody in the head, and it gives them a concussion.
That's why I'm in favor of legislation that would require everybody to wear a helmet at every moment.
Okay.
Wow, thank you, Happy Boy. I don't know if you're hopped up on something, but you sure are happy. Well, our next story is brought to us by WIN contributor Claire of Santa Monica, California. The biggest TV site or punked in history, the false crowning of Miss Columbia as 2015 Miss Universe by host Steve Harvey, to only be handed over to Miss Philippines moments later on live international television, has many wondering if this was a plot by Mr. Harvey to start an international family feud between Colombia and the Philippines, or something even more sinister. Well, to strip the story down to its birthday suit, let's go live to WIN International Affairs and political reporter Wolf Blitz, who is in Manila, Philippines, with the naked details. Wolf?
Hey man, yeah, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this story. It's kind of, seems like a pretty big gaffe, that's a pretty easy mistake to make. It's just, this is just my personal take on it, man. I think he just, I think maybe he have been, indulging in the universal essence, if you know what I mean. I can't get too into the nitty gritty of it, but basically, I'm sitting here with, they call you the king of the Philippines.
Yes, I am the king of the Philippines.
And what? What you think, Steve Harvey? You think this is a plot, man? Can you be real with me? Was this a plot?
Absolutely.
No way. You're super real, man?
Steve Harvey is like a mean con artist Santa Claus. He is mean.
So you side with Miss Columbia, you think she think maybe she should have gotten the crown? Is that what you're saying, man?
Yes, because I know I'm sad that my girl did not win, but
no, she did.
Oh, what?
Like I said, Potter, that universal essence, it's in all of us, and sometimes it leads to short-term memory, and it makes reading and writing difficult. And I think Steve Harvey, King Philippines, dude, you're cool, man. Don't worry about it. It's pretty simple mistake. I've been there. I'll go through the drive-thru at McDonald's and I'll look at chicken nuggets and I'll ask for the crispy chicken sandwich instead. It's that easy of a mistake.
I have a machete.
All right, we're gonna check that out and we'll catch you later, Potter.
Wow, the king of the Philippines didn't even know that his girl won. Must be that universal essence, that's for sure. Well, moving on to our next major story, brought to us by WIN contributor Chris of Omaha, Nebraska. In Roanoke, North Carolina, a proposed solar farm was denied by city councilmen because of a fear that all the sun's energy could be drained and all used up by the new solar power installation, and thus causing economic commerce to cease in the county. To find out how much battery juice the sun has left and what catastrophic effects it can have if humanity doesn't replace the sun's alternator and charges batteries back up, let's go live to WIN senior automobile and technology reporter Backwoods Bob, who's at Batteries Plus in Ohoskie, North Carolina. Bobby?
Yes, Potter. How you doing?
That's good.
Thanks. It's kind of funny down here. We really want to. I'm at Batteries Plus because I'm trying to convince them that a regulator and an alternator charges the batteries, and that's all we need to do here. There's nothing wrong with it. We can get the sun to cook, to do this right, and if we don't do it, everyone's gonna die. And
He's going off about that battery, Daddy. He's going the sun battery. Hey, man, you can't be spreading that stuff inside the store, all right?
Are you kidding? What you doing around here? Come on now, Bobby.
Well, you understand that, an alternator charges the battery.
You've been saying regulator, alternator all day like you're Einstein or something, all right? Batteries don't work like that.
Just 'cause you got a fancy job with that WIN World Local News don't make you no expert in that stuff.
Yeah, but you all know if you take the negative off the battery and the car still runs, that means that the car is still going. If you put an umbrella in...
that means the car's still going, and, if the sky is blue, then the sky is blue. What's your point?
My point is, if you have an umbrella and you stick it at the sun, you're not going to get the rays on your face.
So you're saying that if you don't put the umbrella there, you're just going to be stealing all the sun's rays and not only burn your ship, but burn the sun out?
That's right. You're going to reflect the sun's goodness up into the stars, and the stars don't need no more sun.
Oh, wow. Well, that makes sense why we done turned down that solar farm up here in the county.
Yep, I think we done figured it out. That's an interesting point you bring up.
Well, thank you. I think it's a very important point. My goodness, you boys.
Well, all right, then. They're going about your way, Bobby.
Well, okay. Interesting. Sounds very scientific, and these people sound very, very smart. Well, now for a look at the global weather, let's go live to Tulip Sunspring, who's at the Baby Umbilical Cord Biting Off Festival in New Delhi, India. How's the festival and how's the weather looking like over there, Tulip?
It is something to behold. You can just feel the serenity that comes from people chewing umbilical cords. It's one way that I don't think we quite appreciate in other parts of this world, especially in the part of Canada that I'm from, where the umbilical cord is it's like how you plug a baby in to the mom. It's like how it gets its energy and its power. Because like the baby's heart and stuff isn't developed enough yet, so like all that like stuff, like blood and food and stuff, like it just goes through the tube, and that's the umbilical cord, and that's what keeps the boat like tethered to the shore, you know what I mean? And so like just watching these people like chewing these umbilical cords, it just makes me think like, gosh, like where would I be without an umbilical cord? And so it's like there's beauty in the destruction, and some people like become zealots. They're like, oh, and there's a cat participating also, and I gotta go. Bye.
Thank you, Tulip, for that excellent report on the weather, and thank you all for tuning into WIN World Local News on Mile High Sports Radio. I'm Potter Smittss. Stay tuned for Community Court next on the World Improv Network.
Give the WIN cast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line during the break for a case that needs to be tackled during Community Court. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.